One of the best parts, one of the funnest parts of playing a game with a friend, I think is the verbal game, the mind game that we play. It's the trash talking in a game. And trash talking can be very fun. And if it's done in the right way, if it's not pushed too far, it can be very enjoyable. Did you know that there's trash talking in the Bible? Trash talking. But not the enjoyable kind that we're talking about right now. Trash talking as in saying things like, your wife and your kids, they belong to me. I'm going to destroy your city and there's no dust that's going to be left after I'm done. That's serious trash talking and that's no fun. And that's all trying to put fear in somebody's heart. That's what the king of Syria was doing to the king of Israel in 1 Kings chapter 20. That's where we are in the Bible reading for those of you who are following along in it. 1 Kings chapter 20, the enemy was saying, everything you have belongs to me. At first, the king of Israel said, yeah, you're right, I give it all to you. But then he thought about it and said this. He gave some trash talking of his own. He said, listen, this is very different from saying the kind of trash talking that we do. He says this, let not him who puts on his armor boast like the person who puts it off. Basically, he's saying, hey, Ben-Hadad, the battle hasn't started yet. It's just beginning. You're just now putting on the armor and you already act like you already won the victory and you're taking it off in victory. It hasn't happened yet. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. By the way, that's from opera, because in the opera, the fat lady or the big soprano supported by all that weight is singing the big song, the big finale at the end. Anyway, just in case you didn't know. But is that the kind of trash talking that is going on here? It's more serious than that. This is not some kind of a show. This is not a game that friends are playing. It's life and death on the line. And there's some trash talking going on right now. This kind of trash talking ultimately was not fun in games. It was very serious. And it's not very fun when the trash talking is this serious, when the trash talking is also going on all around you and going on inside of your head. For many of us right now, through the COVID virus and being caught up in our houses, not being able to go back to the life that the Lord has given us, and all these things that are all around us, and voices inside of our head, getting caught back in patterns of sin, voices that tell us that God does not care for us anymore, that God does not even exist. All of that trash talking as if the enemy has already won. You listen to that long enough and you can start believing in it. And you can start going down paths from which it'll be hard to return. Don't listen to the trash talk of the enemy. Don't listen to the trash talk of the enemy. Because we have assurance that the enemy has not won the victory. Let me give you two reasons. Don't listen to the trash talk of the enemy. Number one, because ultimately he will not have the last laugh. We will be the ones that take off our armor in victory. The Bible makes it very clear. But when all of history is said and done, COVID-19 will not have the last word. Your sin with which you struggle will not have the last word. Your doubts that struggle in your mind, the voices that you hear, the negative taunting and the trash talk will in the end be found to have been just that, just trash. When Jesus comes to trash it all. When all the enemies will be placed under his feet, the Bible says. So we can talk like that. We can do that trash talk. And don't talk as if you've already won the battle. There's much more battle to be had. And the victory for us has already been guaranteed. Be strong in that. Second, you can boast like Ben-Hadad. To the enemy, you can say, all of your spoils are mine. The Bible says that the wicked saves up for the righteous. When everything is said and done, everything that the enemy throws at us is going to work for our good and God's glory, and we can be happy in that. Why? Because the victory is not only in the future, it is also in the past. Jesus has already won. He said it is done, and it was done. And because Jesus already said it is done, we get to live out that victory in the now. Let's not forget that. as we live out this very short phase, it's going to be a very short phase, even if it lasts years. This will be a very short phase of alienation and suffering where we hear the trash talk of the enemy, but he's just blowing smoke. At the end of the day, not only will we win, we have already won in Jesus. I pray that you would walk in that victory today. Don't give in to the lies, the trash talk of the enemy. Do a little bit of trash talk yourself. Confident in Jesus' victory. Blessings to you. This is one of my favorite little tidbits from the scriptures. Ahab was not even a great king, but from his mouth we have this jewel, this gem of godly trash talk. May you and I learn it. It's our birthright.